Post Race Sports, Paula Sockway, and I have something I want to touch on. This might be a touchy subject for everybody, but not for me. Um, has to do with the Jackie Robinson West, Little League team, and I've been listening and try to hear what everybody has to say. But for me, this all boils down to the bigger thing, and I'm gonna point towards the Major League Baseball. I think this is a hit for Major League Baseball. Not the same capacity it is for the kids, because I think it is just bad for what is being done to these kids. If you don't know what the story is, that has to do, Jackie Robinson West, the Little League team, had won the 2014 Little League World Series. A team that resides in Chicago, inner city Chicago. So we talking about young black African American males playing a sport that young black African males don't play, which is baseball. And the problem that for me that I have is why did they have to do 3 investigations to find out that 3 players were out of district? Not doing investigation to find out if the kids were on steroids or using some kind of performance enhancing drug, something illegal to enhance their play on the field. No. They did 3 investigations to find out if players were playing out of district. For people who never play sports in the sense of understanding what an out of district means, especially in high school, I know this was a big in high school, because I know it happened to me. I think it was my junior year. I had moved to another district, but I was still going to this school, and the coach had a little bit of an eyebrow raise. If I was to play, the game's going to be, those, if we won those games, they're going to be turned into losses based on me playing on the court and me not being in district. So I understand all that. But people have to understand that this has been going on forever. And there's teams in the Little League that are doing this. It just happened to be that the black team that dominated the Little League World Series got caught. For 3 players being out of district. In similar sense, I compare this to Deflategate. It's something that everybody knows that is being done. It just happened that New England was the one to get caught doing it. But I don't think if the NFL doesn't find anything this first time, they're going to go back and keep trying to find something. They're going to do another investigation. If you don't find something the first time, okay, just say you got me. If you believe that, just say you got me and leave it at that. But no. A predominantly black team, all black inner city Chicago team, baseball team, had just won the Little League World Series. I think there's some people that have a lot of problem with that. I think some people took that in this can't happen. And the guy that led the third investigation, his name is Mark Conkle. People need to be asking, what was his motive for him to go on such intensive search to find out that 3 players were out of district? I don't know. I think some people took it at, man, maybe, look, they already got football, which is over 80%. They already got basketball, which is close to 80%. Let's still keep our baseball, which is only have 8.5% of them. These are numbers here, so when I'm looking at numbers, I can only conclude certain things. 8.5 African Americans that are in the major leagues. And here comes the team that dominate the Little League World Series, and it's all black boys. Hell no, we don't like that. Nah, we don't like that there. We got to do something about that. First time we ain't find nothing. Let's do it again. Second time we ain't find nothing. We got to do this one more time. Third time will be a charm. to take away kids' glory. In my opinion, because this just spells out, and I'm not saying racism as we just hate black people, but basically saying we don't want black people to get back to infiltrating our sport. That's how I see it as. I can speak my mind. I ain't never try to be politically correct. I just try to be honest and as real as I could be. And that's what I see right here. They could deny it all they want, but it is what it is. Because they know everybody been doing this since been doing this. People from out of district, they play for certain teams. We don't know the relationship with those 3 players and the other guys on that team. We don't know if they're close friends. They just want to play with their friends. And I am not one bit disappointed at the coaches. Because I think the coaches are trying to bring players, young players in to find them to do something maybe other than playing football and basketball. Maybe he felt baseball is a great game for kids to get an understanding and a little bit of enhancement in team chemistry in the clubhouse. That's what they call it for baseball, the clubhouse. And I don't find anything so outrageous about that. It was something that President Obama had said about this situation, which I believe that he was wrong until probably I might be thinking of it out of context. But for him to say that the problem is on the dirty dealings of adults. What dirty dealings? When I hear quote unquote dirty dealings, he's thinking that they're doing something so outrageous and so ridiculous as far as to maybe paying the players to come play on the team. I haven't read anything of that sort from the article that I've been seeing or I've been reading throughout this whole situation. I haven't read anything like that. I don't think the coaches had any ill intent of trying to do something so egregious to the point where it just looks so bad. I don't think that's the case here. They just want to keep baseball as the white man's sport. And baseball is going to keep plummeting with the ratings that it is right now because they don't want African American players to dominate their sports, which we already shown that we can. And we will. And they know if we let them back in there, there's going to be a problem. Urban community does not support baseball. That's why baseball is not as popular as basketball and as football as it once was. Let's just be honest. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm just probably thinking too far ahead of myself or thinking too outlandish about this situation. But that's what I believe. This has race written all over it based on the sport. I truly do believe that whites want to keep baseball for the whites. Not all. I'm talking about in this situation for you to investigate 3 times to find out that there were 3 kids that were out of district and to strip a team of its championship. The last time a team was stripped was in 92. It was a team out in the Philippines. I can't remember their name, but that was in 92. But this thing has been going on. Nobody ever, if a normal team with white players win it, they're not doing any research or any investigation because it looks to par. But let a bunch of young black kids win it. Oh hell no! Let's do one investigation. We ain't find it. Let's do it, and let's do the third one. Somebody need to find that dude, what's his name, Mark Conkle, and ask that man what was his real objective to going after the third search. Because he was the one that found out the information from what I know. Somebody need to ask him what was his motive. That's what we need to find out. Like I said, baseball is boring. To be honest with you, I'm dreading that the summer's coming around because all I'm be seeing is baseball highlights. Thank God that the NFL draft and I could be watching NFL live and things like that, so I won't have to pay attention. People can stop lying. They sell baseball is not popping. And it's point blank period there's not enough African American players in the game, and because we don't like to watch it, and we see a young black kids that are dominating the sport in the Little League World Series, which by far is as popular, if not more popular, than the World Series. But people want to keep their eyes closed on that. Baseball is boring. Without blacks, your sport is not going to prosper outside of soccer, which is the biggest sport in the world. But within the United States of America, if your league is not dominated by black athletes, we don't really care that much about your sport, to be honest with you. This right here is a telling tale. It's told me a lot. It's not because they strip kids that are black that are trying to play baseball. It's the fact that you had to do 3 searches just to find out that 3 players were out of district, and you wanted to strip them of that. I hope they come back and they wreck shop. They're going to hate it once again, the African Americans start dominating baseball. I hope those kids keep their head up high, keep playing the game that it seems like they love, which is baseball, and much love goes out to them. I'm not mad at the coaches like everybody else want to point the fingers at the coaches. I'm not mad at the coaches. I appreciate you for bringing young black kids together to play a sport the right way, and you reach the ultimate goal by playing the game within the game the right way. They just went out there and dominated. Don't get mad. Please don't get mad. Like I said, African Americans are the ones who run the sports world in America. If you don't have your African American players, your sport ain't gonna be about a damn thing, and that's word. That's my take on the situation. That's just a real take on the situation. And I ain't gonna try to sugarcoat a damn thing, because that's just how I feel. Post Race Sports, Paul Asakwe, and I'm out.